Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Joe from Zymarium, the newish brewery in Orlando. Meadery in Orlando. This is Figures of Oblivion version 1.2, dry hop session mead 6.9%, Florida Fall Honey, Amarillo, Citra, Brew 1. Really nice. He's doing session meads, and like instead of buying these like huge bottles that are all fancy and stuff, you can just have a sessionable kind of like 4 pack. I think he does 4 packs, so nice stuff. And beautiful design on that, right? So check out this mead. Yeah, nice carb on it, right? I mean, even I guess, huh? I mean, there's no really proteins in here, I don't think, but like the polyphenols from the hops, like there's a slight amount of head on there, which is really funky for mead. It's actually quite carbonated for mead. You definitely see that. Wonderful color, wonderful like palish kind of like greenish yellow color. It smells nice. I mean, it has this combination of a. I mean, you guys haven't had mead, I guess. You know what it sort of tastes like? It smells like honey syrup. Like yeah, you dilute honey for your cocktails, honey syrup. Well, I guess most people don't know what honey syrup is, but if you're working in bars or restaurants or cocktail bars, yeah. And then it smells like IPA too, right? It has this like, but the combination is interesting. It doesn't really smell like beer because it's not malt driven. It's like sweet honeyed, and then has this like vegetal green hop thing going on. And I think it plays fruity too, and the fruitiness I think plays well with that kind of honey note. That's interesting. A little bit of alcohol too, and then just that kind of like it's hard to describe. Like until you've had a dry hopped mead before, it's a pretty unique kind of note of like honeyed, crackery. There's no malt in here, but like it has this like honey crackered, like honey on toast. Even though again, like the bread, I'm thinking cracker. These are all like malt flavors, but there's no malt in here, right? So it's like honey fermentation. So it seems like it has like a grain derivative aroma to it, which is interesting. And then it's hoppy too. So, but in a different kind of hoppy, because hoppy in my context is beer, but like it's a like leafy green thing. So it's like a leafy green hoppy honey syrup aroma. Interesting. See, yeah, there you go. On the palate, that's definitely IPA-ish. Like just notice bitterness, carbonation, just that like green polyphenol hop thing. Not the one from like hazy IPAs where it's like really like grassy, like you're chewing on like green grass. It like just dry hopping something has this slight amount of vegetal flavor that if you've just had any old IPA, you know what I'm talking like, or you may not know what I'm talking about. You've had it. Like you just are attuned to that flavor because you've had a hoppy beer before, any kind of hoppy beer generically, because there's some Adam beer seed and other hop compounds that are just like vastly dominant in most hops. And it just has that general hoppiness to it. And then you come behind hops and carbonation, and then your brain just sort of thinks IPA. So it has an IPA-esque kind of quality to it, but then it underneath has that kind of like soft, sweetened, honeyed tea. There you go, tea too. So that's the other thing. It has this like tannic kind of thing. So it's almost like green tea. So it's almost like dry hopped green tea, if you do that. A little bit of honey in it. But the other thing is, the cool thing about it is that like it's honey fermentation, so it seems like sweet on the nose. On the palate, it's even less sweet because you notice the hoppiness and the carbonation. But even any sense of hop sweetness from the honey drives away very quickly because this is actually quite bone dry. Like on the palate right now, like I'm getting like no residual sweetness. This beer has to be very, very low in gravity. I say finishing gravity, 6.9%, like very low finishing gravity. It's, you know what? It's almost like a brewed IPA. That's what it tastes like, a little bit like that. Like it's just bone dry, hoppy, a little bit carbonated, but like super thin body because it's not malt driven. It's honey derivative of fermentation. It's very interesting. Huh. So anyway, I think you're gonna like this. Like if you're a beer drinker, you're gonna like this. It's hoppy. It has a little bit of reminder of brewed IPA. If you like something dry, it's just an interesting product. Yeah. Well executed, yeah. That's fun. That's fun. Again, I don't think most people think of Mead think of this. They probably think of big old jammy melomels that are like 14%, fancy bottles, super expensive, rich, long flavors. This is more sessiony, kind of like again, what you do, drink an IPA, 6.9%. This is right in the IPA range, but it's just bone dry. So if you guys like cold IPA, brewed IPA, dry IPAs, this is up your alley, and it's Mead. So very interesting stuff. This one for me. It's so fun. It's like so novel. Like I without him being in the having a meadery here, I've never tried anything like this. I don't think anybody's been like, oh, try this hop session mead thing. Like, it's not really around in the market. And I like that it's so different, Again, reviewing, having tried thousands and thousands of beers, doing thousands and thousands of reviews on this channel, and having stuff outside of the channel. This is like, to shock me and find something pretty interesting is like rare, but like, this is really fun. That's really interesting. I'm gonna go with like a 95 on this guy. It's just so cool. Yeah. Figures of Oblivion, just hoppy, interesting, different, very tasty. Cheers. Later.